So now we're ready to run the program on the examples that we just created. Again, you can run the program anytime you want, but I thought it would be interesting to show you what happens when we have several CSV files to run it on. So I'm going to, again, as sysadmin, I'm going to encode updateStudentList, which is the name of the program. So now it's going to ask me for the CSV files that I want. So I'll navigate to 2017. And I'm going to pick two of these files. So I'm going to pick Humility, and I'm going to pick St. Andrew. And just like usual, if I push and hold the Control key, I can select multiple files one at a time. So I'm going to select those two, and I'm going to click OK. So it tells me the files that I processed. It added 158, now has a total of 158 students. I added 89. I now have 3 sections and 3 grade levels encoded in my student list. And let me run it again on a couple more of the files that we made. And I don't actually have to type update student list every time. If you'll remember, Linux allows me to use the up arrow, which will repeat the last command that I typed. And I'll go to 2017. I'm going to choose the error file this time so you can see what happens. So I'm going to click OK. And you'll see that it tells me that there was an error. The file was not used. The section and grade must be entered in the first row. So it saw that there was an error. So if you see that error message, just read what it tells you and make sure that you always have the section and the grade entered in the first row. So now you might be asking, what happens if I accidentally add the same file twice? Well, let's try that. I'm going to run the program and go to 2017. I'm going to pick St. Peter, which I know I already added, but let's see what happens. I say OK. You'll see it processes St. Peter, but it's added 0 students. The program knows that it had already added all of those specific students. So it did not add any more, even though I ran it on the same CSV file twice. Now, if you have to add a student later, you can always type it into the St. Peter 9 CSV file. The program will recognize that you've added a new student, and it would add that student. So the program is very smart. Not only does it reformat everything in the appropriate StudentList.csv format, it will also recognize when you make a change, and it will update automatically. Let me go ahead and add the rest of our sections then. Now I'm going to add all of these, and just like in a usual Explorer fashion, if I click one and then I push and hold the Shift key and click another one, it will pick up all of the files in between. So that's how I can select all of the files for addition. And I say OK. And the program added 145 students from the sections that had not already been processed above, and now has a total of 6 sections representing 4 grade levels. Now let's take a look at our student list file now and see what it looks like. And we'll see now that we have all of our students in there that we've added. And you'll notice the file where we had both cookery and gas, those are in there. So that's the new program by Sir Neil. We believe it will make a big difference in creation of the student list. It should make it much easier. And as always, if you have any suggestions for improvement, Reneal is always happy to hear from you. Thank you so much for listening, super users, and enjoy the new program.